Somebody call the law. Somebody call the law. It got to be illegal for me to be so raw. What up, though? Heist man, the folk talk that talk, ghetto news and opinions, man. I like to have fun on this channel, man. Sometimes I tell jokes. And one thing I always talk about, man, is conspiracy theories and stuff like that. That I have my own personal self that I think about things, man. And one of them is the reason why I don't like Atlanta, or why I don't like to go to Atlanta. And I just think something happening in Atlanta. I feel like they, you know, there's a lot of black people there, and a lot of black people then gravitated to Atlanta that I don't know who to say they is, but they can test us and do shit to us, experiment on black people. In Atlanta, I always felt that way. Like, I don't know, man, about Atlanta, man. You know, I think about some people and some of the activities and some of the things that go on. Like, maybe they putting something in the water down there, man. There's a lot of them down there or whatever. It's just something about experimenting on black people, I think. And there's always, that's what I don't know, man. Something about Atlanta to me. I think they experimenting on them. Or they could experiment on black people in Atlanta. You know, because they there. If you want to test out on something like the Tuskegee experiments and stuff, do it on Atlanta, because all the black people there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I have in my mind. Don't mind me, you know. But coming to find out, some shit like that didn't happen before, man. We got to talk about it, man. This happened in St. Louis, another black predominant area. They did this in the 1940s and the 1950s, man, during the Cold War. I guess that's what it was. I wasn't there. But, yo, we got to talk about it, man. I'm talking about, yo, they talking about a thick fog then came through little kids. We used to run to play in and we used to stick to us and over her and there. I don't know how they talk over there, man. I mean, I watch Nelly and Battle Rap. It's between Nelly and what's my man named Hitman Holla. So, it's crazy. Anytime they had Radioactive Oatmeal, man. So, that's probably the reason why Averb the way he, I don't know, man. That's some Battle Rap shots. I'm just fucking with people, man. But, yo, we got to talk about this, yo. This is crazy. But check this out, man. This is a woman. This is on the news right here. This woman right here talking about it, man. She talked to like this group of people that said they was into shit. So we finna listen to her, man. Hold on.
Exclusive investigation into a secret government experiment that was carried out in St. Louis. Residents tell us they still remember a mysterious fog. Children would run through it. Mothers would try and close their windows against it.
See?
For decades, they all had questions, and now we're seeking answers. The United States Army now admits that it sprayed a chemical that contained cadmium, a known carcinogen, on a neighborhood of more than 10,000 people. Critics say this was done with no warning and no consent. Well, tonight we return to the site of that demolished neighborhood and speak with...
See? That's I be thinking they do stuff like that already, man. So...
former residents who believe the government turned them into human test subjects. Although the Army admits that the test happened, it is not admitted to harming the residents. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez investigates what was in the fog and why the truth may still be buried.
The fog drifted through the streets like a ghost.
That's exactly what it looked like, a thick fog.
It was summertime and it was hot. We would just run through it as fast as we could and try to just cool ourselves off.
You look mighty healthy.
The spray was so foul and
vibrant.
The odor. It made some of us have headaches, nausea,
black people look good,
dizziness.
Boy. That's what I remember.
I love it. Look at that, boy.
It wasn't the weather.
Them niggas from the 40s and the 50s.
Descending
they look
from
good,
rooftops,
man.
rolling from the backs of trucks.
Regular flatbed truck, but it had a big machine on the back. And it had a big nozzle that really sprayed
crazy.
Fog you couldn't even see through. It was that thick, and it really we felt it as it would adhere to our skin. And as far as the
STL,
guys ATL,
buildings, you see,
they tried
something
to
about them
portray
TLs,
them
man.
to us as maintenance workers. But we was like, what is a maintenance worker doing? And basically a hazmat suit, and they had masks and goggles.
In the 1950s and 60s, in secret, the U.S. Army sprayed zinc cadmium sulfide into the air of a St. Louis housing project, a largely black neighborhood called Pruitt-Igoe.
See? Oh, my God. That's what I'm talking about, man. I'm saying, and I always be making jokes and stuff like, man, I don't know, man. I ain't going to Atlanta. I ain't drinking no water out there. I'm saying, man, I always thought that myself, this is my own personal thing I think of. Because I'm a thinker. Or I think I was, or I thought I was, or who would ever thought, who would have thunk? I'm just playing with y'all now, man. Come on, pause.
It was a lose-lose situation for us in Pruitt-Igoe. We were subjects. We were subjects.
They didn't ask for our permission. We didn't ask for them to spray us. My government used me like I was a guinea pig.
We're standing at where Pruitt-Igoe used to be here in St. Louis, and it's hard to believe more than 10,000 people used to live here. As we bring our drone up, you can see it's mostly just an empty lot now, overgrown with trees. This used to be filled with 33 high-rise buildings. It was all demolished in 1976.
Wow.
And according to the National Research Council, St. Louis was chosen for spraying experiments because it had similar characteristics to Soviet targets like Moscow in terms of population density and terrain and proximity to a river. The government now admits to a secretive series of Cold War tests, including one dubbed Large Area Coverage. More than 30 tests conducted across the U.S. and Canada, spraying zinc cadmium sulfide from planes, rooftops, and vehicles to simulate how a biological attack might spread, all to prepare for potential warfare against the Soviets.
Oh my God! So they doing military experiments on how they're trying to simulate a biological attack. Yo, this is... All I gotta say is that they don't really care about us. You can see that right here, man. Michael Jackson said it. They don't really care about us, man. They said, fuck it, we gonna do these Russians like this. Let's go test it out on the niggas. That's nasty work, man. This shit is heartbreaking. This shit... Now, I'm just thinking, what else... Man, what did they say then? They're admitting to this? Why are they admitting... Woo! This shit's sad, boy. This shit is sad.
Military and had top secret clearances. We know how it works.
We have died for America. We have fought for America.
You are a veteran.
I am United States Air Force veteran.
Dr. Starks, you're a veteran as well,
Yes, I am. I'm an Air Force veteran also.
Is there a sense of betrayal here?
Definitely. Definitely.
They want to know if those secret tests have anything to do
I will
with
say
what
these
they're
some nice,
observing
healthy
with
looking
their own
black
eyes.
folks right here too.
lost my two oldest
These black
children
people, these ain't
to
niggas right
cancer.
here.
I lost a
And there
brother
is a difference.
last month.
I've been diagnosed recently with a rare form of lymphoma.
I had cancer of the left kidney, had partial removal of my left kidney.
News Nation reached out to the Army for answers. They provided a one-page response. It says
That's
the Army's
it?
own Center for Health Promotion and Preventive Medicine investigated in 1994 and found inhalation exposure would not pose a health risk. They also cite later corroborating reviews, including a 1997 review by the National Research Council. Perhaps they assumed we wouldn't read the NRC's 380-page report, but we did, and the Army's statement doesn't show the full picture. In that 1997 review, the National Research Council explicitly says repeated exposure to zinc cadmium sulfide can cause kidney or bone toxicity or lung cancer if levels are high enough. And they admitted they couldn't fully assess the risk.
These are lasting, lingering
Why?
effects.
Because some Army records remain classified, it says, for national security reasons. More troubling, key Army exposure records were missing. And when the NRC asked the Army to supply them,
they don't want no trace by keeping some things declassified. If the military is like somebody else, it's gonna show up in somebody else's system. That's why they doing this. Like, how is it showing up in their system if it's showing up in somebody else we bombed or something? And see, that's why they trying to keep shit under wraps, man. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but by hearing that, I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. Damn, I wish I had a damn conspiracy theorist to do this with me, man, to talk about stuff like this, man, because it's crazy. I would like to go through this with, I don't know, man. Just listen to this, and as I was lighting up my joint, and this is medical marijuana, you know, that I'm smoking on, I'm partaking in. Now I'm thinking, what are they doing to this? That's why, that's why they legalizing it, and yo, this crazy. Now I'm thinking about my weed now. Cause I ain't had no street weed in so long. I'm looking like, and they tell you, yeah, don't buy the street weed, man. They got all this stuff in it, and people can do things to it. And I'm looking like, yeah, I don't want no fent. So I'm gonna get mine from the people. And the people, oh my God, what is they do? Oh, what is the lasting effects of this? Oh, I'm scared now, man. Let's find this oatmeal clip, man. Cause I'm worrying about the damn food. Cause I seen it was about the 8:51 mark. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's skip along, man. Cause that's I don't know, my stomach queasy now. Now they got me thinking, man. Hold on.
We know that they were feeding radioactive oatmeal to children in state schools. They've admitted to those things, and they won't release the material related to St. Louis.
It's true. American children in state-run institutions like the Fernald School were fed radioactive oatmeal as part of studies by MIT sponsored by the Atomic Energy Commission. You can see some of the documents Dr. Martino Taylor worked to gather and declassify on MIT letterhead describing experiments on human subjects. The children, some of them orphans, were told they'd be joining a science club. They were promised a quart of milk a day, a trip to a baseball game, to the beach. A copy of the 1994 congressional hearing shows those children, now grown, describing being told the oatmeal was just vitamins and recalling the health problems that followed: lumps on my arms, my stomach. Pregnant women were also unknowingly given radioactive iron at top hospitals in Tennessee and California to study how radiation crossed the placenta, some later reporting miscarriages, illness, or birth defects. A class action lawsuit resulted in a settlement in the 90s.
Do you believe the U.S. government sprayed some kind of radioactive material on the residents of St. Louis?
I believe that they did. There's so much contextual evidence that points that way, and I spent years looking at this.
She says her research reveals the men who designed and oversaw the St. Louis experiments were some of the top experts in radioactive weapons.
We know that the people who designed the study, who oversaw the study, these were all the radiological weapons experts who were looking at open-air radiological weapons.
One of them, Brigadier General William Creasy, was head of the Army Chemical Corps, the very branch leading America's secret radiological weapons program during the Cold War. He brought in a scientist named Philip Layton, who was the
I don't need to know no blame for
using...
it. I don't need the blame. Y'all can put that on anybody. I need more. Is that all the information I'm really looking for? Was anything gonna come of this? That's the news. I don't know, man. That's the news. I give you ghetto news and opinions. The news is they spraying shit on people, man, and that's crazy. And they done did it. And that's the news. I'm saying that's I want to know about it, man. I'm had to do some more investigation of my own to see what else I can learn from this. But I wanted, because I was doing this in real nigga time. Like, yeah, I seen some of it. And I wanted to get to I'm like, what's the part that with the oatmeal? That's why I was able to fast forward. I did not know that so much went on. Because I heard the story. It was more of the oatmeal story. It wasn't the fog. And I'm getting the fog. I'm looking at the fog shit like, this is crazy. You see, I heard about it like, yeah, man, they had radioactive oatmeal. I'm looking for the surface level of it. And I barely heard anything about the oatmeal except they did it. So being that they did it and I know more about the fog, that's crazy. And that's what they did. And there was some biological, chemical warfare type stuff, some video game shit in real life. And it's just, I just proved in real time that my theory about Atlanta is the damn truth. Niggas the way they is in Atlanta because they getting experimented on, man. I knew it. So that's all I wanted to do is confirm that to myself. And I'm saying I just had a epiphany or a moment when I thought about this damn weed I'm smoking. I'm looking like, yo, that's crazy because this shit is allowed to be had. And what are they doing to this? This is going to have long-term effects. Now I don't probably want to smoke no more. I might quit now. Now I'm thinking about it. It's like, nah, y'all got control of that shit. Everybody always thought they didn't do it because they didn't have control of it or the taxes of it or whatever back in the day. They just ain't got control of it. That's what the thing people you say. The only reason why it ain't legal, they ain't got control of it. Now they got control of it. Now what they doing? What's that nigga to make? Think about it. That little meme, I don't know, man. You gotta think about it. But anyway, I go live every Friday at 9 p.m. talking about something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be. I just know I will be live and it will be Friday. Come through and holler at me, man. Hit that like button, notification bell, all them good buttons you gotta hit to get this pimp that I'm putting out. Like button, comment button, share button, subscribe, notification bell. You know what I'm talking about, man. Them buttons. Do you get what I'm doing? Because I go live on Fridays. Holler at your boy. Heist Man the Foe. Talk that talk, ghetto news and opinions.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
All right. This time, but I'll be back, and sooner than you think. Wherever there's prejudice, ignorance, inequality, I'll be there.